G'day everybody. Oh, take that off. Hope you're well. It's pretty damn. Actually, no, I'm not taking that off. It's freezing. It's very cold here. G'day. Welcome to this FTX scan. I'll be going through and having a look at all the perpetual contracts that are listed there on FTX. Of course, brought to you by FTX and TRADERCOBB. Now, if you don't have your trading account set up, please use the description in the link. So the link in the description below, and you will receive 10% off of your trading fees. So you have more money in your pocket. It's good. It's good. Okay. Woo. Cold. Alrighty. G'day everybody. Thank you for the kind words and whatnot. Had a great weekend. Yep. Just wish it would warm up. It's one of those days where it's raining. It's very overcast. And it's very, very cold. Anyway, I will stop talking about how cold it is and I'll start looking at the market. Why? Well, let's have a look first of all at the weekly. Yes, we were down last week by 22%. We did, however, see quite the bounce from off the lows. We bounced off about 17% thereabouts, which you can quite clearly see. Over the weekend, that was Sunday, that was Saturday. So Saturday we bottomed out at 17,578. Now, here's the significance of this. We talked about the old 2017 highs of 20,000, that round number 20,000. I don't think Bitcoin had broken its previous high in its previous bull run high before. It's happened now. And as you can see, it's been brutal. From the high, let's see how far we have pulled back to those lows now. 74%. So it's like Netflix. It's fallen a lot. Oh yeah, licorice tea. So yeah, we broke down. There's our high of 2017. We're back down to that level now. It has been brutal. Of course it has been. We all know that. It's been very, very brutal indeed. And we've only had one single week up. At some stage, we're going to get an up week. But for the time being, we don't seem to have too much goodness on the horizon. Now, as you can see, yesterday, Bitcoin did close up considerably, 8.4%. The volatility is definitely still there. Look at the size of these candles. We're seeing giant size candles. So we've got a downtrend, lower high, lower low. Did anyone get BNT last week? That was a short that I put up. I don't think it was here. It was more in the TRADERCOBB crypto community for those that have completed the Become a Master course. But great trade. Anyway, back across the board, we're below 20,000 on Bitcoin. We're above 1,000 again on Ethereum. The top 10 is down right now. And one of the things that I have been looking at this morning was this pullback. Is this pullback going to be an opportunity for us to join the sellers yet again? Well, on Bitcoin, I'm not loving it so much right here. It's not the smallest of candles, but also the trend's just not really, really, really nice. But what we'll be doing is we'll go through the rest of this list, the perp list, and I want to see if we can find some options to the short side. Well, short or long, I just believe that there's going to be probably more potential to the short side than there will be to the long side. So nothing just yet there on Bitcoin. I think what I'm going to have to be doing here on this scan is really probably looking at the higher time frame, something around the 8. Why? Well, have a look. That's what we've pulled back on. If you look at the 4 hour here, it's been a very long-winded pullback in. Too long. The 8, we're right bang in there on the 8, but 1 inch here, we're divergent on that. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to have the 8 up there. What I'm trying to find here, of course, I'm only looking for cradle opportunities here, which means a bearish candle or at least a pullback into this cradle zone. Very, very similar to what AVE has got here. The problem we've got with AVE at the moment is that it is divergent. So we want to have convergence there as well. Excuse me. All right, nothing there on Cardano. Sideways on Adventure Gold. Sideways, ACLX. So whenever I see something that's going to be sideways, like this, I'm not interested at all. It's got to have some movement, some momentum, some trend. And then the second thing I look for is if I've got a downtrend, i.e. lower high, lower low, it's got to be convergent. And that was the issue that I found this morning whilst doing my scan with my live trading floor members. Ample fourth. That was a big day yesterday. What was that? 11%. This thing's meant to stick around $1, isn't it? It doesn't do it very well. Anchor had a big day yesterday, but this thing's, I mean, it's cactus since the lunar situation. It's just gone a bit wild. With Ape. What have we here? Nothing again. There's nothing I can do with that. What we might also see here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we get pullbacks onto the daily. The daily could offer cradles in the coming days. I'm focusing on the higher time frames now to see if I can get a little 8-hour cradle. But we'll have to wait and see. Adds the next note. Oh, sorry, I can't go to the yawns all of a sudden. My feet are freezing. Atlas, I can leave that. Atom, again, sideways. Not very much to do there. Audio, nah. AVAX, also sideways with divergence. Axie Infinity broke very, very well from here. I'm going to get rid of that level now. It's no longer relevant. Nothing there is. Badger, I can leave that. No trend that's good there on Balancer. Band. A little bit of support down there, but it's kind of broken. Oh, look, I'll reference point this, that if it comes up later, perhaps it's worthwhile having a look at it a bit deeper. But right now, I'm not going to put that into a watch list just yet. Bayo looks a massive mess. BAT is also too messy there for me. Bitcoin Cash. Well, here we go. We pull back in. Very, very sideways, though. The moving averages have come to catch the price as opposed to the price pulling back. I don't like it. Bit down. Oh, okay. No, looking at that MACD, there's absolutely nothing that I'm going to be doing with that. Binance, sadly for Binance, there's a lower high, there's a lower low. We are divergent, though, on these two lows, so there's nothing I can do there. The only time frame that might spark up for another time is if it pulls back in on the daily. That's about it. So it's still got quite a bit to do before I get interested there. Now, BNT, this was the one that I did pick up. I'll just do a little refresh for you. This trade here, just a perfect cradle. Pull back in. You know, you can see this beautiful trend. La-di-da. In we go. And I got taken out somewhere. I can't remember the exact price, but I trailed my stop down, and I got taken out somewhere around here. So, again, entries, it breaks the low of this little candle. I'll show it to you in a visual sense with this little tool. This won't be exact, but you get the gist. And out something like that. So what does that end up being? 7 to 1. So if you risk $1,000, you could have made 7. Simple trade. That's the sort of thing I'm looking for. But as you can see, now that I am out, did anyone get that, by the way? I think it was just my members, the clients that are in my Slack community. I think that's all that it was. I think that's where I shared it in there. Anyway, Bancor now, as you can see, it's just tanked. There's nothing of interest for me on Bancor at this moment in time. Same with Boba. Bitcoin SV. Interesting, eh? It's been moving. Have a look here. It's got to sort of push through this level a little bit stronger. If I jump to the 4 here, let's blow it up. You can see it looks quite messy, right? The 8 actually clears it out quite nicely with a higher low here and a higher high. I would like to see it push on a bit further, sort of clearing itself from this sort of consolidation period or this ranging area, and let itself go. Let it go higher, then I can get the pullback on. Oh, what channel, Bobby? What channel did you post that in, mate? Because I haven't seen that. See what am I going to have a look at it? C98 again. It was a nice trade, yes, very nice. Thank you. Back in the 8-hour out, because what I want to do is I want to see if there's a level. There's a little bit of a level there. Again, for those that haven't gone through and done the Become a Master course, you won't have all the strategies there. You won't have the breakout. So I'm not going to put that in the watch list just yet. Still in it, Dan? Nice. I'm just going to reference point that for me for later. A lot of work to do before that gets anywhere near being worthwhile. But I'll leave it in. Pancake swap. Oh. Oh, sorry. Gee whiz, I can't stop yawning. There's not much there. Not much. No, I can't touch that. It's not convergent. It's just a mess. I'm leaving that alone. Cello or Cello is divergent on the 8, which is a bit of a shame because it does have a really nice trend. It's just that look at the lows. I mean, we're definitely divergent, so I can't do anything with it. Hopefully you've got no risk on the trade anyway, Dan. That'll be good. Daniel, sorry. Question. Good day. Good day to you. If you open a trade on the 8 hour, for example, do you care about monitoring the low time frames? No. I mean, the reason that I'm looking at the 8 hour right now is because I've already done a full market scan this morning. I know what the market looks like, all right? So for me, I am aware that the higher time frames are the ones, because we have had that pullback in the market, like we have had the market, some buying come back in overnight, all over, sort of Saturday, Sunday, there's a little bit of buying that came in after obviously a lot of selling. For me, looking at that market, it's like, okay, it's pushed too far outside of the cradle zone on the 4 hour, which means we step up now to the next higher time frame to see what opportunities are available. Now, when I do my scans here with FTX, with you guys on YouTube here, we only do talk about the cradle trade because that is the only trade that is taught on the FTX education that we provide. So the rest of them are left for in the community. So I can look at the lower time frames, but if I take a trade on the 8 hour, I'm not managing anything on the lower time frames. Typically, I'll manage a trade based on the time frame that I took the trade on. Jeff, only 2x leverage now. Yeah, that's because they've got the Australian license and they have to follow the Australian rules. So, yeah, I can't help you with that one, I am afraid. If your circumstances change, though, Jeff, that would be a good way of getting your leverage back. Yeah, you want to be in that wholesale level. Well, you don't want to be. I mean, it's good if you are because you don't have to have as much crypto on the platform. That's the best thing about margin is you just don't need to have as much on. Okay, quick look here at Cream. Good to hear, Daniel. Risk off. Good man. Okay, so we're on the 8. There's a little slightly lower high, but we do have this downward momentum. We started to get that momentum kicking in again through here. My concern really is if my stop was going to be out there, at this stage it's not the large, so it's not the smallest of candles. It's not huge right now, but there is still 5 hours to go. So let's keep that in perspective. If I go higher, it's not looking any better, is it? No, it's got to be the 8. And here you have it again, look, as I said before, the 4 hours pulled back in a long way. But the other thing is in this instance, it's pretty diverse. Like it's not looking very good. You look at the low from here to here, clear lows, but you mark that in on the MACD and it's pretty much flat. So the 4 hours ruled out. The 8 hour, I tell you what, I will mark that in. This is the first one that's going to go into the list, blue list. Because that could, if it ends up closing like that, it could still be okay. Check the 16. We do have a couple of lower highs, so it fits those rules. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Again, anything with divergence or sideways, it's got to go. That is very sideways here on Dash. There is a support level there on Dash. Dawn, no, DeFi. Nice flowing trends. Oh, there we go. This is one I had on this morning. It ended up not closing. I mean, look, it's pretty bearish, be honest. It is pretty bearish. But at one stage, that was a nice red, perfect little bearish candle. I didn't get the order in on that because I wanted to see it close red. This candle's getting a bit big. Turns me now to the 8 hour. Let me clear away these levels, just to make things nice and clear. So it's coming back to retest its old break level. That could still be good later. It's already in my list, but I'll put it in the blue list because I can then show it to you at the end again. But that little 8 hour definitely, it's not looking too bad. There a long way for it to go, of course, until the close, but there is there are some good things happening there. What am I trying to say? I can't remember. Oh, no level there. No, again, we're working through, looking for trends, keeping it simple. See, this is pull back in. So this is what we're probably waiting for at the moment on the daily time frame. We pulled back in, we moved away. We pulled back in, we moved away. We pulled back in, we moved away. We've pulled back in. We're either going to move away or this might end up being a higher low. All the way through, the MACD hasn't been great. It's been divergent, but the move has continued lower. I'm waiting to see maybe perhaps we'll get that on the daily. A bit more of a pullback to give us some short options on those dailies. And for those of you, opulent opportunity. And for those of you that are saying to yourself, oh, but it can't go lower. Surely it's nearly out of speed to going lower. No, wrong. This is the market. It'll do what it wants. You ask people that bought Luna at $10. Oh, but it's already down 75%. And it can go down another 75% too. So just keep that in mind. The market will do what the market decides to do. And we are there to follow the trends. See, look at exchange perp, for example. You know, you get that candle in here. I'm shorting that every day of the week. You know, it's a really good trend. That we're not there yet, though. That's the thing. The 8 hour is not quite right on a lot of them. The daily, not quite right on a lot of them. Not a great deal of opportunity at the start of this trading day. Do you look at long-term spot positions or predominantly day trading breakouts and pullbacks following trend? I do both, but I think that it's incredibly important. If you're an investor, then you should understand trading to a certain extent as well. Think about all the people that during this most recent run didn't take profits for the most part. They were paper. They had their money on paper. No, I'm not interested there. Paper gains, but they did not convert it. Now, many of these people are not very happy about that. Having an understanding for how markets operate makes a big difference. I invest and I trade. Frax, no, that's not cutting the mustard. That's a bit ugly. Yep, leaving that alone. And don't forget, if you do want to learn about how we do this stuff and exactly what it looks like, just go to TRADERCOBB.com. The link's below. You've got access to a free Become a Trader course there, and you're not going to get the full strategy with that, but you can go and see if you like the way that I teach. And if you do, well, then you can go and get the full strategies, I should say. Glamour, or GLMR says glamour to me, but it's Moonbeam. Nice pullback. I'd like to see it come in a bit deeper, to be fair. It's not ready for me at the moment. I'm going to keep moving. Again, that daily just coming right off. Not much on GRT, sideways. That's a bit ugly. We either need to leg our way up and clear all these highs or not. Hold it. Yeah, that's right. Trading is sort of like the day job, I guess. It's the income. Unfortunate enough to have taken some profits along the way. At what point is spot buys attractive to you? What are you looking for? Yeah, but well done for a start. Well done. Stoked for you there, mate. At what point? Well, look, I'd say that while we're hovering around 20, it's, you know, for me, do I put influence on BTC pairs? No, I don't put influence on. I scan the pairs. I scan the BTC pairs as well for the spot market. But for me, hang on, immutable X. There's a level right there. I'll just mark that for later. How does that look down here? Hang on. Got a lot of work to do. It's not going to make the list just yet. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So when it comes to investing, I tend to put limit orders in. So I'll scale in. So, you know, for example, the time I bought at 3,000, I didn't just buy it all at 3,000. I bought it at 3,150, 3,100, and 3,050. Oh, I might have had that a little bit higher. Might have been 3,000. Anyway, I scale my orders in so I can get my positions filled at different prices, but I buy trends. at the moment, we're not in any trend at all. When I was buying back then, I was buying a trend. So this time around, we've come down. It'll I'll be more likely looking at what prices am I happy to be in, you know? And for me, look, these prices now, I wouldn't be too unhappy getting them. I think that we will see a number of these projects recover. And if they are going to recover, then they are going to probably be higher than these prices that we have at the moment. Sure, it could go lower as well. So the old dollar cost averaging in is not a bad idea. But you've just got to, everything that I do is about managing the emotion, managing yourself throughout it. What's going to be the best worst case scenario for you? And that's all covered in the program as well. It's just the idea of trying to think about what it is you're going to do. Now this is I got a limit order in on Solana at 21ish. Topped up on ETH at $1,000. Nice. There you go, Bobby. Well done. Okay, so coming to Look. Look is in my list. Why? Well, look. Trend. There's an uptrend there on the 4. Drop to the 2. Have a look at the cyclicity through here, eh? It's not bad. It's very, very nice, in fact. Have a look at the 1. The 1's got some pretty good cyclicity there too. I really like the look of this too. I'd like to see this come into this region right here. And if it does that, beautiful, that will be on my agenda. Because there is a trend, and it is a very nice trend. So the 2 and the 4 are trending. The 8 as well. Look, higher, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, and all the way to the 12, in fact. We can see a little higher low here and a little higher low here. It's just the daily that's not actually trending the way everything else is. But I'm more than happy to consider watching looks into the afternoon. So again, Matic pulled back in, but we're divergent down here. There's a reason why I'm going past them. If they're divergent, if there's no trend, they're the two major reasons. Go away, Rain. Mango, I can leave Mango. Yeah. I mean, look, I just have a look at this thing. There is so few green candles on this chart. Look at this. Just red all the way through. Heavy, heavy, heavy. I mean, it's pretty similar in a lot of places. That's just been going for a long time. Oh, yeah, please like the video. If you're watching this and you do like it, please hit the like button. It does help with the algorithms. Also, if you want to subscribe and you haven't already, don't forget to do that and switch on your notifications. Nothing on Neo. Neo is a mess as well. Looking for those trends, that's cyclicity. That's the most important thing to me right now is trend and cyclicity. If I don't have those, all right, nothing there. And the reason I'm skipping these is because there are so many with divergence. Constitution DAO needs to push on. It needs to carry itself through a lot better. Cheers, Bobby. Take it easy, mate. Polis, Priv. Again, Priv is divergent. As price has made new lows, MACD has not made new lows. No on ramp, not interested. Ray, bit of a mess there too. Bit of a mess there on Reef. Ren is a no for me. Raiden, big spike up on both yesterday and today, but again, it's just not giving us anything to really work with. Ron's looking pretty average and divergent. I can go past that. Rook is the same. The market is in a little bit of a land of the limbos. It needs to do something. Nice level there. If you know what the breakout is, you know. Watch it. Seacoin, Secret Perpetual, Seco. There's a lot of stuff that's not happening right now. You know, it's recently. I've been averaging maybe 2 trades a week. The last few weeks, there's been not a huge amount that's been going on. But they've all been profitable, which has been really good. Finding one good trade and running it for, a 6 to 7 to 1 has really saved the day. This is a shame on Serum. That candle is now rather large. Look at the lower high, lower low, pull back in. It was looking quite nice. Look at this 4. Again, I said this morning. It was just, if it was here with a little bearish candle, I would have been super keen. But it pushed outside of that. Now it's the 8-hour time frame that looks, to be the dominator of the trend. Problem is the candle's big again. I don't want it. If it's looking like that, if it's not quite there, then it's not there at all. How's this Syrian Labs? Check this out for a bit of a nutty couple of days. And again, a reason why you take your profits. Did about 25x over the weekend. 25x. So from the high, look at this. This will get you. You didn't sell anything? 88% back down in a day. That's why we suggest you're taking your trades and you're locking in profit. Now, when we look at step finance, you'll first of all see, oh, it's a very nice trend, isn't it? It's stepping down very, very nicely. Yes, and aside from the size of this candle, which does put that into the league of too large, you'll also note that it's very thin. Look, see this? There's not enough liquidity there for me to get a fill on the position size that I would want to get. So therefore, it's gone. I know the market's come off again today. It's just had a big bounce. So because we went up yesterday, possibly the day before as well, and now we're coming back down, we're sort of a little bit in no man's land. This is what I like. This looks a bit better when we look at this daily. Nice downtrend. Get us back into this dollar mark or something. Small bearish candle. That could be good, but it's not going to do it today. Even the trends, there are very few around that look interesting at all. There's a couple, but there ain't many. And I'm not looking to the lower time frames either for those reasons that I gave you just a moment ago. It's got to pull back in a bit deeper here on Zcash into the cradle zone would be preferred. And we are back at Bitcoin. All right. So what have we got out of that list? For a start, not much. Reserve rights with that flat level in there. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong list. Oops, done it again. There. All right, in our list, we have cream. Because we have a lovely downtrend. And if that candle doesn't get too much bigger and you stop being up here, if that ends up being not a big candle, that's worthwhile watching in 5.5 hours. We've got Dodo, which has come back up and retested the old breakout level. It's acted now as resistance, and if that candle doesn't get too big, that is an option as well. And then we've got Looks, which is probably the more likely for today during the trading day, because we don't have to wait 5 hours. Of course, this is a 2-hour candle I'm watching. A little bullish candle in here would be the best of all those charts, to be fair, because this trend is established and it does look very, very nice. Now, flipping back to our top 10, we can see we're down 4% here again on Bitcoin. Now the question remains, what are we going to do from here? We have had a massive move down to the point where we've even broken through 20,000. We are under 20,000 again. The potential for us to continue to fall is most certainly there. And what we often see, as you can see right here, is we'll see a bounce candle followed by a sell-off. Okay, little bounce, sell-off, bounce. So far, selling off. Now, I had a strategy that I used to use a lot in the global financial crisis for this when the markets are moving that fast. I'm not going to tell you what that strategy is just yet because it's not one that I'm using. But what I'm saying is that there is a real potential that we do take out these lows and we do move lower. And whilst you might not like to think about the realities, there's no reason why we can't get down to 12.5, which is really where the next level of support is. It might be a little bit around 13.3-ish. But I'm seeing 12.5 down here as a lot better, or thereabouts, and it isn't very far away. So if you do want to put some low ball offers in, I would suggest to raise those limit orders ASAP, because you're going to raise the orders far lower than what the price currently is on the off chance that we might just get a big spike down there. You know these things can happen. Remember the COVID crash back over here where the market was down 39% in a day, and then from there that spelled the low and off we went. If we can get a big cataclysmic event like that, your limit orders will get filled, you'll get very good prices, and we'll have to go from there. So there are always opportunities around no matter what the market is doing. I'm going to be waiting to see how these trends kick on throughout the rest of the day. A little reminder of the watch list there. There it is. You have yourself a fantastic day, and don't forget to get across to TRADERCOBB.com and open up your FTX account in the description below. Have a great day. Bye for now.